What's up, peeps? It's your Redneck here, and we've made it to episode 10 of SR Synth Weekly. I appreciate all the views and all the love, and oh my god, it's just been awesome. Didn't expect it to blow up this month. So here we are again, and let's just get started and get with the first one. So today we have a kind of a little, I call it a little awesome little, I'm going to say chiptune, it's not really, but the band's name is ShelfBlack. They're based out of Greenville, South Carolina, which is my original hometown. The song is called Heartbeats, and when you listen to this, I'm giving the view a complete, it's one of those, I'm thinking robots, as he says, it's a happy robot dreams. I'm going to go a little further, and I'm going to say the robot's building something. It's kind of gives you that something being manufactured, upgraded, like a computer programmer. You see him on the side doing this, and the robots are all putting it together, and it's just, putting all the pieces together, and it's kind of like a montage sound. That's the best way I can describe it. And it's just really cool little, a little beats here and a chiptune type, with the light, it's a lighthearted thing. So why not start something a little lighthearted today? So here we go. Check it out. It's ShelfBlack and it's Heartbeats. Didn't I give you that kind of feel that way? So I mean that's my best view of it. It's just an awesome like robot montage building scene, So definitely check out the rest of this stuff. All of it's pretty awesome. It's just his Instagram's also, just watching him do the stuff with the plugins and everything else is cool too. So definitely give him a look. Next up, we have one of well, he's pretty well known. It's C. Thomas Howl. Most of the people in the scene has heard of him and or knows a little bit of him because he's just that awesome. This song is called "Something's in the Crater." This is a cyberpunk drum kind of deal. I don't know why I'm saying deal. Let's make a deal. No, it's a kind of a the cyberpunk, cyberwave, drumming heavy, heavy beat song. When I think of this one, I'm going, as I always do. If you know my things, I don't have to explain. This is an upgrade song. The reason I say that is this is one of those, since it's a cyberpunk song, and we'll go with, the hero just got done getting his butt kicked, and he goes back and it's like, we need to think of something, and he gets a sudden upgrade of the electronics or his bioelectrical system on his thing, and all of a sudden it's done, and he shows up, and he shows up like, here I am now, and it goes, like when you see you go back from the bottom up and all the new upgrades and everything, and you see his face, and it gives you that punch that he's here, that kind of deal. So that's what I get to. Also, it's also the hero, breaking down the door with the upgrades, and the villain's about to do this. He breaks down the door, and he's like, I'm here to face you for the final time. So, I mean, it's just an awesome syncopated song, and it just gives you that great beat going with it. So, along with everything he does is awesome, but check this out. It's a C. Thomas Howl, and it's Something's in the Crater. Sorry. there's not much else I can say about that. I mean, doesn't that give you that feel of that? Here's the hero. I'm upgraded. You know, I have new equipment. I'm gonna kick your butt. So that's what I feel. Next up is another one. Is Ampholyte. I hope I say that right. They're out of UK, and this is a pure synthwave, and it's the song is called Synthetic Lullaby, and he calls it a punchy snare and dreamy leads. I'm gonna go a little bit further because I mean that's just kind of like here's a song. No, but the song's too good. It gives you, you know, the song is, you know, like all of it's awesome. So you know, we want to add a little bit more to it. This is one of the songs that, you know, the hero kind of, you know, this is one of those where the hero arrives. You know, at the beginning of the film, it's like he's just, everybody's talking, and all of a sudden here he shows up. Or he just saved the day, now returning home, and it just kind of gives you that upbeat, you know, the hero's here, everybody be happy, and at the same time, the hero's done and returning home to his family, to the town, and you know, it's just everybody's grateful. So I mean, it's just a great song. So give this a check out. It's Ampholyte, and it's a Synthetic Lullaby. I mean, doesn't it kind of just give you that feel of the heroes arrived, or the heroes, you know, done and can finally relax, or the grateful town? I mean, that kind of gives you that feel. So I mean, definitely check out that. All the music on his things are about that same styling, and it's really great to listen to. So give Ampholyte a real good check out. Next up is, and I'm gonna say holy crap because I had to go Google pronunciation on this. So if I screw this up, I apologize completely. It's Cœur. I had to, like I said, I had to pronounce it. So it's either Cœur or Cœur. I can't roll R's at all. They're out of Essex, UK. The song is called the Cathedral Part 3, the Presence of Evil. This is an easy one to do. Insert church horror. That's all you have to say. This is one of those, you know, heavy organ, heavy, you know, stalkerish kind of sound. And I mean, it's really perfect for a horror movie, obviously. I'm gonna paraphrase what he says on it. For the cathedral concerns a young man seeking refuge at a local church while being stalked by a dark evil. I mean, I can't really add much of that because that's what I thought of. I was thinking of, you know, like a evil priest, you know, chasing you through a church, or, you know, some kind of entity chasing you that's a demon or something, and you end up in a church just hiding out. Or I even think of even farther back, like the old Nosferatu movie type, that kind of church organ-y kind of thing. The song's great, and just kind of gives you that heavy dread feeling of stalkering and horror. So I mean, that's perfect for a horror genre. So check it out. It's Cœur, and it's the Cathedral Part 3, The Presence of Evil. I mean, doesn't that give you that kind of deal of a whole horror movie deal? I mean, you can put it in any horror movie and it'd work, especially during certain scenes with the the evils right there. So it's really awesome, and I'd say check it out some more. Check out more of the stuff. This is actually part 3 of a full trinity of songs. So definitely check out the rest of the 2 because it would probably be, it'll give you that whole complete circle of music. So definitely check that out. Now I've been asked, I do synthwave, so this one's going to be a little off, and it's not full synthwave. Excuse me. It's horror wave, electronica, and when I said a while back, when I started this Synth Weekly, if you're going to send it to me, I'm going to play it. So here is Hexxagram, and they're out of Manchester, UK. The song's called Crystal Lake, so you can pretty much already guess what we're going to go with on that. This is a guitar-heavy song. There are synth elements, so if you're listening to it and go, hey, this ain't a synth, there are synths in it, and I'm going to play it. Like I said, if you send it, I'm playing it. Especially this song because it's really awesome. The song's called Crystal Lake, and this kind of gives me that whole. This is another horror movie style, kind of punkish horror movie, especially where the hero, not the hero, it's either a kind of the title sequence of a, kind of 80s, 85, 86 horror movie, especially the high school type horror or college horror movies, where they like to do the upbeat, the heavy guitars and upbeat things. It also kind of gives you that feeling of when you're being chased. This is what I'm gathering. I mean, your opinions might be different. Their opinion might be completely different too, and I could be completely wrong. But it kind of gives you that whole chase feel, like they're all being chased and the guy's being chased. It kind of gives you that up and down feel, like they're safe but they're not safe. Here they are, they're gone. It kind of gives you that whole deal of emotions in it, especially with the guitar work. It's awesome. But that's what I feel like. I want to lean more towards a title sequence of a horror sci-fi movie. Kind of set in a college, high school, small town deal where everybody's happy, and it's just, then all of a sudden, boom. So check it out. It's a Hexxagram, and it's called Crystal Lake. that kind of give you that whole, you know, that kind of gives it a guitar horror title sequence feel or ending or outro feel. Like I said, it's a little different, and it's not usually what you see on the Synthwave. But like I said, I'm gonna play it because it's I like it and it's pretty cool. So check it out. Check out the rest of this stuff because it's all awesome. I've been following them a little while, so check out Hexxagram definitely. Next up, excuse me, I am so sorry. Is Michael Maurice. I hope I say that right, because they're out of Egypt, so it could be Mikhail. So if I say it completely wrong, I apologize. Pure Synthwave group out of Egypt, which in my view, you know, I like seeing where everybody's from. So I've gotten a little bit of everything, but this is my first Egypt one, so it's really cool that. So I get to put another tag on where somebody's from, so that's just makes me kind of happy. This one is definitely a really title sequency deal of a cyber movie or, you know, something kind of like the computer movie. This is also kind of gives me that. I know it's going to sound wrong because he calls it cyberpunk with a bit of vocals. I mean, that's just kind of generic. Visually, this is a title sequence for a cyber movie or, you know, a city, you know, where you walk into a city or, you know, that. Or, you know, let's go one further on that. I want to say this is the team heading into battle. Or, you know, everybody's pumped and ready to go, and, you know, but at the same time you can feel the fear in it. I also want to say it's kind of like, if you don't want to go that route, you can also say, because the way it builds and then comes down and builds back, this is a, you know, a battle that's starting that the people were losing, the heroes were kind of thing, and then they, you know, regroup, and then all of a sudden, you know, they're rising back out of the ashes out of it and just coming back at them, and, you know, during the final climax of the film, that's kind of what I feel that way. I mean, if it could be completely different, on your opinion, but or on their opinion, but that's just what I feel like. It kind of gives me that, you know, that whole tone, so, of, you know, the whole cyber war kind of deal. So check it out. It's Michael Maurice, and it's called Unison. So tell me what you think about that. I mean, I want your opinion on this. I mean, I get great show and all that on my opinions. Let me know what you think about the songs. I want to hear, you know, I want to hear what your views on what you visualize on these songs. Because everybody has their own way of doing things. Some people just chill back and stuff. But let me know what you think visually on these. Because I like to, like I said, I like doing things visually. So just let me know in the comments below what you think of the songs. You know, what it makes you feel, or you know what. Or you know what kind of movie it kind of things you want to you think about when you hear songs. So last up today, and I'm going to again butcher this as much as I can because that seems to be what I'm good at, and it's called Bangulo or Bangulo. They're out of California, and the song's called Nightwave. It's a full synthetic. I mean synthetic. It's a full synthwave group. And this is one of those. It's just a great outro for this. You know, for me, I'm going to use his name. It's a mid-tempo synth drenched track for a night drive. It is. This is one of those that's. I'm going to go with cop movie, and here's why. Here's my reasoning behind it. Those old 80 cop movies, you know, where they have to deal with like the either drug dealers or like I Come in Peace. I'll even use that one, where you see them driving around and they're investigating, and you see them in the cars just driving and they're investigating the whole deal, and you always have that little upbeat kind of saxophone feel, but there's not sax in this, but you get what I'm talking about. You know, when they're driving around and investigating, and it just kind of gives you that upbeat kind of feel with it. That's the first thing that popped in my head when I saw that or heard the song. And I also kind of give it like I said, same thing, chase style, where the hero's chasing the villain or the villain's chasing the hero, you know, vice versa, and they're just trying to get away. Either way, this is a driving song, and it's just one of those that just, you know, it just progresses along, and it just kind of, that's the whole feel it gives me, is just that kind of cop movie, you know, that cop movie feel where everybody's just being, you know, chased or investigating, and that's the, you know, the feeling in the background. Like I said, the song is called Bangulo, and it's called Nightwave. So check it out and just let me know what you think in the comments below. I mean, doesn't that should give me a, I mean, go watch a couple of the older 80s and early 90s cop movies. That kind of gives you that same feel. So, I mean, I like it, and it's just it's just pretty. That's just one of those. It's just gives me that one feel about it. So, like I said, check it all out. Check everybody else's group out, and just let me know what you think in the comments. I appreciate everybody this week. I got asked about it. Actually, got a couple of questions, so I'll answer about it. No, I don't script this. I'll show you. I have little notes here about the movies that and my visuals on it. But everything else I say is basically from the hip. So, there's no script. I don't write anything out and say, say this on this with this song. No, I pretty much shoot from the hip. So everything I do is just, I do it from feel. I may editing have to re-listen to it, but that's just the way I do things, because it's easier to tell you what you feel about the song and visually about the song than it is to write a script about it, and then you go back to look at it and go, no. So the answer to that question that was sent to me, that's what I do. I don't script it. It's just basically I just throw it out there. Again, I can't believe we made it to actually episode 10, and I can't believe the amount of explosion on the uploads that you have sent me. So again, if you're an artist and you if you're an artist and you haven't and you're just now checking out my channel, go to my website or even check below here. I have a form if you want to be part of future episodes. I have a form to fill out. You just have to fill it out and upload your song. It goes to a special drive. I asked to fill out the form because, like I was giving all the information, that's what I do. It helps me bookkeep and gives me information about you and your social media links, which I post down below. So definitely, if you're new and you haven't sent me anything, send it to me. I'll play it in a future episode. I'm also going to branch out. If you're a new, the prerequisite for this show now is if you're yes, I stick mainly with synth, but if you're a new artist and you're trying to get exposure and you want to be showcased, send it. I'm not going to be prejudiced against it. I might not be able to say much because if you send me something like I'm not really don't have a real good grasp of, I will try my best, but I'll give it a shot. So I mean, if just keep sending your stuff, and so everybody else can hear it, and that's the whole goal of this show is to make sure everybody hears it. So again, I appreciate everybody. Everybody's listening, and I appreciate all the subscriptions. Make sure if you haven't subscribed, subscribe and hit the bell, and I'll see y'all next week.